Hi, Stamp friends. Welcome to the Joy Stamp with Rachel. I'm Rachael Coon, and today is Fun Fold Friday. I'll be using the Spotlight on Nature stamp set to create our Fun Fold today, and they have some amazing dies that I can't wait to show you about with these ones. Of course, I love to hear your comments, so leave me something, and one lucky person who's watching will get to have the card that I make in the video today. So this is our Fun Fold. It is a Z fold, but it's kind of an untraditional, but you can still see the Z right there in the inside. And then it has a window as well. Super cute and pretty easy once you know how to do it. Let me go ahead and set it to the side, and I'll get our products that you want to know and see how we use them. I'm using the Country Woods Designer Series paper, and the first thing you have to do is glue that to your card base. But you want to avoid the center when you're gluing, because we're going to die cut that out. And you'll want to have, let's see, these ones are stuck together probably. There we go. So now I have two separate circles because I didn't put any adhesive in the center there. When I did that, let me show you these dies. They are amazing. You'll want to grab the one that's going to be the same window size you'll cut from this front side as well. So I use these two. So there's a leaf edge and then the starburst edge. And when I ran this through it like that, you just line it up and run it through your die cutting machine. And then in order to create this fun frame we're going to put around it, I ran these two through the die cutting machine at the same time on some mossy meadow, just like that, and it cuts it out at the same time. The really cool thing about these Spotlight on Nature dies is that they create a clean circle cut, but have the really cool detail around the edges. So if you didn't have circle dies, these would definitely do the trick as well. All right. Let's go ahead and do some stamping now that you know how I did all the cutting. And let's grab our basic white for this one. And I'm going to need a little bit of some scrap paper or grid sheet here. Okay, so I want to know how this is opening. So let's go ahead and grab our bone folder. And this is going to be the inside part here. And we're going to fold it. I have two score lines. Let me grab my bone folder. Okay, two score lines. All the measurements will be over on my blog. Sorry, my score is coming off on that one, so let me just adjust it. You see where I started to pinch it and it was not the right spot. Let me grab my other piece for this one so you can see a better cut. There we go. Okay. So let's see if I can get that to fold nicely. There, that's better. And then bone folder it. And then we're going to take this top score here and we're going to just fold it back. Okay. Now we could do some stamping. And I have my grid sheet here because I want to be able to stamp on this bottom, and it's not going to be the full image though. This leaf image here is really, really cool, but it's big and I don't want it to be up all that high. So I'm going to just have it come down here. I'm going to grab my Mossy Meadow ink and we're going to stamp that bottom. You don't have to ink up the whole thing since you're not going to have the whole thing. But at least go to the second level of leaves just to be on the safe side. Looks good. And then start over at this corner and stamp. Get some more ink. Turn your block a little bit so the leaves look like they have some turning here. And I'm stamping all the way across until I get to that last score line. And it's okay if you have some overlapping. So this bottom one here, I'm going to have it turn and just overlap a little bit there. Super cute. While we have this one out, we need to do some stamping with our Memento ink to create this fun butterfly. We'll grab our Memento ink out. And we'll grab our dear friend. I'm going to ink that up, do a test run, make sure, oopsie, I didn't press it down hard enough, so we'll do a test. Nice. And then we'll come up here to our dear friend corner. I was trying to make it look like a letter. And when you start at the top left of a card or a letter. And so I thought that would be really cute to have a dear friend. And then you write whatever note you want in the inside. Then we're inking up our butterfly. And we're going to find a leaf and just kind of perch them on there. Doesn't have to be exact or completely there, but that looks like it's about to land there. So it works for me. Now what I did earlier was I went ahead and used my embossing black powder to create this image here on our basic white circle that I've die cut out as well. And this one though, you'll see that there's spots that still need to be poked out. So I just take my paper snips and I work my way around to create this. We're going to do some coloring with our stamping blends. You could leave it just the embossed basic black. In my actual card, I did not emboss. So I'll show you the difference between the embossed look and the non-embossed look. This just creates an extra shine. I'll get closer so you can see it, but I had to make that paper confetti there. Okay. So this one just has a little bit extra shine. There it is. See, the light will catch on there. Versus this one that has more of a softer look and no shine, but still very pretty. So we'll see the difference here in just a minute. Okay, stamping blends I'm using are Mossy Meadow and the new in color called I have dark peach pie and light peach pie. So we're going to color in our butterfly using the light peach pie first. And I go all the way up to the very tops almost. I like to have white space when I color with these instead of it being full on colored. But your coloring techniques and methods are up to you. And for this guy, I had it going dark on the outside. I'm going to have dark going closer to the center this time. So here's my dark stamping blend. And go that way there. Go over a couple times, create a little bit more darkness. Cute, cute. I'm then going to take my Wink of Stella, which of course, let's see if I can find it. There we go. And just go over my butterfly as well. Press a little bit, so you can get that to come out. There we go. Cute. Then slide that over and we can color our butterflies, our flowers. This image is large, so I have to use the E block in order to have it mounted on there. But you can see we only used a portion of it, so you don't have to use the full image when you're using this stamp set. Okay, starting with our light peach pie. I want to say pumpkin pie, but it's peach pie. And our brush tip. And we're just going to go color in these flowers. Again, I like to leave some white space. That's just my style. And then I'm going to grab the dark and again just go closer to the center and create some dimension with this. Nice. Then I'm going to grab my Mossy Meadow, and you could pick. I'm going to use my Mossy Meadow Light. I feel like it's looks nicer for this card, but it's up to you. And I'm only going to use the one color. I'm using the small tip side to color this in because it's just a small space. Do you remember coloring on, was it Lisa Frank? They used to have, or Lisa, yeah, the black and white like velvet. That's kind of like how this coloring is a little bit raised. And so you'll feel a little bit of resistance when you color on it, but it turns out so pretty. All right, let me show you how that one turned out. Love, love that. Super pretty. And then we just need to glue on our designer series paper right here, and then we're ready to assemble. I like to use the liquid glue for gluing on designer series paper. And again, these measurements will be over on my blog along with a supply list. For this part to attach, I do like to use something a little bit stronger. So I grab my Stampin' Still Plus and I'll put at least one in each corner, one in the center, and even on that whole bottom. So kind of looks like smiley face, eyes, nose, mouth to create a little bit more strength there. And you grab this and fold this in. Paper starts flat, so then we can work with it easily and run it through our die cutting machine, but it's nice to have it folded when we assemble. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and carefully glue this in, creating a border on the top, bottom, and side. There we go, and laying it down as flat as we can. Okay, let me put it straight so I can see how I'm doing here. Nice. Okay, looking good, looking good. So this will close up like this in just a second. Let's go ahead and add our cute little circle border. And this one can be hard sometimes to glue on. So what I like to do is just do dots around some of those spaces that don't have the holes. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to make sure that it's secure. So just dots all over. Okay. Carefully flip it over. And we'll attach that around our circle on the front of our card here. It just adds a little bit more detail, right? Would the card still look nice without it? Of course. Does it look better with it? Also, of course. Okay, make sure that's lined up nicely. Okay, we'll let that dry for a minute, and then we're going to attach this to it. The secret to attaching this guy is to have it all closed up. I'm actually going to put dimensionals right here. Grab those in. I'm using my ends of my dimensionals now. Okay, remove the backings. And now we're going to carefully place this through that window. And so that way that one side catches all of those dimensionals. And then you should be able to open it up and close it up. Oh my goodness, this is such a cool fun fold. I hope you guys have liked learning this one. And let me show you the difference. Let's go close-ups. Okay, here's the one with just the Memento ink, and here's the one with the heat embossed with the basic black. I feel like it's a little bit more striking and pops up a little bit more. This is definitely more subtle, so it just depends on what look you're going for. I hope you've had fun learning how to do this fun Window Z card, and give it a try. Have a great day and happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.